Welcome to the Day Trader and Swing Trader Setups watch list, where we look at stocks that broke out on our intraday alerts at the premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. Intraday alerts create great day trading opportunities as well as carry forward for future days tradings on these breakout stocks. What we do is we review the live alerts that came out intraday on our website for our premium alert subscription holders. We'll keep up with 475 stocks there, and for the breakouts and the breakdowns, they're time stamped with the price, time of the alert, and the time of the post. And also sometimes, like UPS shown here, actually has been on the bull zone for about $7 from several days ago, and this morning it gapped down, and so when it came through the current bull zone breakout, it gave another great alert for an intraday trade setup. So we're reviewing those alerts from our watch list of 475 stocks, as well as scanning for 5 through 5,000 stocks at the end of the day for other alerts similar that came out on different stocks off of our watch list. By subscribing to our service, you're available to see these alerts as they come out early in the mornings or throughout the day. That gives you time to come in and review, see which stocks you might be interested in setting up a swing trade on. We even have these on a weekly alert, and weeklies are really for the long-term swing traders, a better setup on a weekly alert. And for multi-day trade swing traders, these daily breakouts. You also have time to go select some options if you're an option trader before the close of business, since the video comes out after hours. Now we're going to take a quick look at the watch list for the stocks that triggered today, then a quick 3-minute tutorial on support and resistance levels that are on our charts for the new viewers, and then we'll get right into the complete list, and we will go through chart by chart and give you a 10-second view of each chart so you can see what might or might not be at support and resistance levels on these alerts. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Okay, nice day today. Looks like we hopefully got our repeats on our other alert service worked out. I'm going to double check those tonight, and we may be bringing a different video along with this one. We're going to keep this going on this bull and bear break on the daily and the weeklies, and probably going to come with another calls in action video featuring those time stamped alerts, the price, and the progress 2 days in. That's also what I'm going to be building my trading list that we'll be day trading off of from those new alert breaks on the bigger time frames that generally give a 2 to 3 day move afterwards. So we're going to be changing up our trading list through the week, as well as keeping about 40 core stocks that we always watch and trade. So first we're going to let you take a look at our list today, and we're going to show them right over here on the left from now on. I've tied these into the chart so I don't keep losing the list as we're reviewing the charts later. So here's your daily bull breaks. This is your trigger price, as you'll see later, shown by the line was the level that we broke at, and you can see at the bottom this was the first day this one showed up. We don't have the lines from previous days. So you've got 41 stocks today on the bull breakout. Wait a minute, these need to be refreshed. These are not correct. These were Fridays. Thought that looked like a lot, and I remembered the 41. Okay, a lot shorter list now. Here's your daily bull breaks. 26 stocks broke out today. Some of them may be re-alerts. We're going to individually look at them. Your bear break, you only had 3 stocks break down on the daily. Our weekly bear break, Starting a new week, we've already got 8 stocks showing up. Oh, that's the bull break, I'm sorry. And the weekly bear break, just 1 stock showing up. And that light was on both columns. So you can pause the video and see each of these lists and work it through your own charts. It's a big day right there today. So we'll do our 3-minute tutorial. We'll run down the charts on these, make this fast. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel as usual. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on StockTwits. Check out our website, our new alert service. You're going to be excited to take a look at what we're going to show you in about 3 days. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Running a little late here this evening. In the middle of the recording, we had to start over. Malfunction on the recording program. Got a weekly breakdown on LIT here. If you look at it on the daily, broke down through the bear zone on the daily too. This is a pretty big day down. It's about, it looks like close to a 10% move. Remember, you got all support on the daily. It's the reason I switched over here to show this to you, so you could realize it has bounced here in the past. On the weekly bull breaks, got a big stock here at $8 day today, and up through the bull zone. This is a stock that broke out 2 weeks ago, had a rest period, and now it's re-breaking. The uptrend, it's real strong. This actually broke out on the bull zone during this bar that here at $64.68 level. As it crossed up through the 200 week here, it hit the bull zone on the daily. So that's a real breakout, was down here $14 ago. This might be chasing. I want to show you about support and resistance here. This is why you want to know about these lines. This is a stock that was running up and it hit this line. This is a place it rejected in the past, hesitated, next day up through it, pierced this line, another price it rejected in the past. It closed below the resistance level. Next morning opens up, breaks through the resistance level, and makes a new recent high. Not the highest high, because on the weekly you still got more green lines up here, which means you're not at all-time highs. But here's what I want you to see. When it pulled back, support line 1, lost it, came down and closed that day at the low of day. Next day, a little inside day, gap down the next day, and it goes and pierces this next support line. This was resistance. Once you break it, it becomes support. Old resistance, new support. You heard it 1,000 times. Opens above, pierces, closes above. Next morning, opens above, pins it, comes back up, and then gives a rip and right into the old high here, which that old level was at $72.73. The high that day was $72.81. So if you're in a day trade and you got these lines on your chart and this thing is in this monster move, you know where to exit. Next day opens up and clears it again, and that was today, and we had this big $8 day. Amgen, this has been in the bull zone now since way back here. So we're broken our bull zone off our daily right here. It's about a $14 move, and it continues to hold its strength and continues on up. Now it's got to an old high here, a resistance line, but it's coming up on the weekly bull zone, trying to break out on the weekly, which could indicate, since this is the first breakout bar of the weekly bull zone and it's had the strength building for 2 weeks now, this could be a real good breakout here on Amgen. It just continues up for 4 weeks now. Hog gapped up, came back into the line. OKE is at a resistance level here. It tested it last week. It's trying to get through it here. PTCT, another stock that broke out into the bull zone. Actually, in this week, it broke the bull zone on the daily. And then the next week had this huge week up. Another stock, this has already ran a long way. You got resistance here. Of course, it's made higher highs before. I'm not saying it's going to stop. I'm saying you might be chasing it. VR, have no idea what this did today. Gapped up, didn't move, so something's going on there. VRTX, another stock that's really just showing the first signs here of breaking out on a weekly from this long base we've had that goes back into last July. This stock actually broke out on the daily bull zone all the way back in December, on the 22nd of December, and has just been a continuation up ever since that break. That's all the weeklies, and we'll take a look at the dailies here in just a moment. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter or StockTwits at Daytrader Setups. And our website is daytradersetups.com and swingtradersetups.com. Don't forget, this video is being brought to you by our premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. They're real-time alerts. They're posted on our website, and we're looking at our bull zone weekly and daily breakouts, and our bear zone weekly and daily breakouts that are in one category on the website. And there are other categories that are more aggressive for the more active trader as well. And by having a subscription to that service, you get all these alerts intraday as they happen, and one subscription gets you access to everything, as well as our chart system. If you would like to get it, I can set you up a couple of different ways to have the green and pink lines available for your charts as you review. Let's go forward. FMV broke down through the bear zone today, first day, approaching the weekly bear zone as well, but here it is on the 200 day. So there's a chance this could hold this 200 day. That's a strong level, and it recently bounced down here. So you really got to see what it does coming into this. It's got plenty of room based on this weekly chart to come down a lot. And if you drew a trend line, it's beyond those trend lines. HIMX, little $9 stock. You don't think I'd ever show you one, did you? Actually just getting into the daily bear zone here. It's been lost. If you drew a trend line across here, you're losing that trend line several days ago. And that's how you work support. You know, the pink lines and the green lines I'll show you, they're support and resistance. You want to set up a trade, draw you a trend line. When you broke trend and you can't get back through it, you got issues. This is support. If you draw a trend line and you don't know how to draw them, some people don't. If you draw your trend line and you see any points coming out underneath the line, then you got in the wrong place. Move it. Some people like to draw them on the closes. In that case, it would be if you got any closes below the line, move it. I draw them on the actual lows. That's what created these lines. Like right here when this stock bounced, this line was not created by this candle. This line was already here from a previous place. It ran up and rejected. Old resistance, new support. This is now when you draw this trend line, and you need to draw a trend line. If you're swing trading, draw trend lines as you're making your decisions. This crossed the trend line 5 days ago. Now that it closed below it, it can't get back above it, so it gave away some more today. You can also use that if you're hanging on to some stock that's been selling, and you're trying to decide if you want to stay in it or not. That can help you make your decision. LITE gap down through the levels today. This stock ran about 10% of its value. Looks like about $4 there. Old low, when it gapped down the other week real hard, it went right down here and bounced for whatever reason. There it is near that level. It could be a double bottom. I don't know. It can't get through the 50 the last couple of times it got near it. We just got to see what it does from here. Last but not least, we've got the daily bulls. We've got 26 stocks on here. A lot of these are going to be re-entries. First stock, ABC, it's already broke the bull zone back here when it broke resistance, still moving. Again, you can look at the levels over here. This is the level of the break. This is the profit at the end of the day based on that level. I'm scrolling through these so you can see the resistance levels, the 50 period, the 200 period, which I know you can see the 50 and 200 by yourself. You may not see these lines. We got a breakout, gap up this morning through the 50-day, through this old low, up to this old low, and rejected. Now, this low was drawn right here. This is more recent, okay? This low goes all the way back. This is a longer term support level. So it makes it a stronger resistance level. It's got to get through there. It gets through there, it may open up a lot of doors, and I kind of like the way this looks on a weekly. Kind of looks a lot like AGN did about $14 ago. On the weekly, it's worked its way all the way up through my pivot system and can big breakout through this today. And that's what's happened the last 9 days. Blue, big up day into resistance again, an old high. You know, these stocks you either own, you don't want to chase these stocks, but these are all buyout chatter and because of other stocks getting bought out. I mean, obviously, great stock, but you can't chase a stock like this way up here. That's Berkshire, just continues on up, just revisits the bulls. Cara, another little inexpensive stock, been in this long base ever since some of this craziness back here last summer. I actually remember trading this back here a couple of times. Every now and then I'll step outside my wheelhouse. I like the move. It's made the move before. We'll get it. This is a weekly base, long weekly base. Get you back on the daily here. The daily looks so bad, but it's all this is all those weekly candles. This is trying to break out here on the daily. It's tried it multiple times before, never really went anywhere. I got no idea what this stock does. Costco actually has kind of picked up a little momentum the last couple of days and then gave a little break today. It's near these highs back here you got to contend with, but this could break and go again. CTLT keeps re-entering the bull zone as it chops around here. It hadn't gone that much, but it did break this high, and this may be an all-time high. Yeah, we got nothing up here, so making all-time highs. I don't know how to judge what an all-time high can do. It's already been running up, and like it's basing and it's trying to break. Goldman Sachs monster today, and sweet trading today as well. Again, support resistance. Here you are. Chop. Earnings brought it back down here. Held the 50 almost to the penny that day. Didn't gap up. Bounced that day. Stayed under resistance. Nice day on Friday. Nice end of the day run up through the old support resistance line this morning. What's the value of this line? $255.15. Opening bar above the line. Low a day, $255.19. 4 cents off your support line, and then a huge day off of that. Got multiple trades out of this today. Because it didn't stay up. It ran up, pulled back, ran back up. Ran up, pulled back, ran up, pulled back, ran back up. Another stock just way up there. Got no real feel for this. MCK has been in the bull zone break since back here, so this is just a consolidation indication that it may try to break and go further. It's been higher than this before. MTCH. This stock has been an awesome performer. No clues. Interesting big candle there today for this little stock, breaking nicely out of this daily base. Got resistance here. It went up there and tested it and pulled back. This could be something, if your stock that you're interested in, that you see how this performs here. And I can't tell you how far it's going because it's so far oversold. But it's tested these highs back here too today. I don't think it quite got there. So that's your next issue right here. 27.94. This most recent high from the gap down. And these are old lows from before the gap down. So it's got to get through here, got to get through there, and then this may very well give you a move up. Could go as far as all the way up here. May just run to this area. This was another old support line back in the history around 29.80. QCOM just barely just chopping around here at the bull zone levels. It hadn't really broke out since this last long run. Restoration Hardware, it's already had a pretty good run. It is technically on my bull zone break, but it's not coming out of a consolidation. I like to come out of consolidations when I'm trying to pick a stock. RHT, Red Hat. We looked at this stock earlier, or maybe I'm just remembering when I recorded this the first time. Shop had a big day today. We noticed it today in the trade room. One of the guys did. It done went too far to do anything with it. This is your daily, or the 15-minute. It just broke out and just had a huge day. I think it did keep going after the guy mentioned it to me, but we didn't focus in on it because it ran so far. Again, another stock trying and struggling to stay on this support line, and a pretty good day today. Also on the weekly, this stock has tried to break out last week, pulled back, and it's trying to go again. Now this won't be a bull zone. It's coming on the bull zone on the daily off this consolidation. It won't be a weekly bull zone. But it had consolidated here for a long time. So this could be something that might can do something. Here's your 200-day right above you here. $1.80. That's also the 50 weeks coming right in there too. This stock had a huge day one day last week. I think they raised the target to 119, so that particular day it just went to 119. It's just after these 2 days here, the little bull zone just came back in. So this is a re-break, but this is long. Got past where it'd be a trade. You can see right here was one of our bull zone breaks. It kept kind of trying to break out here, never could do anything, and then finally here it gave a bull zone break, broke these highs, got momentum behind it by the time it got here, and it's never looked back. So I got no clue now. You got a $20 move there since mid-December. We talked about that one earlier. WBA Walgreens running into the 200-day. That's your orange line there. And it's really just a continuation. It's not coming out of a consolidation. And the last stock, this XL Financial Capital, put in a pretty big day. Let's look at this on the intraday. Just curious. Okay, it was all at the open and then faded back off. While we on a fade stock, any of you think about our chat room, this ain't what we do. So there's kind of got last year, a lot of guys got in the room, they was wanting to fade these moves, and the entire thing I'm trying to build has nothing to do with this. And got away from what I do best, and that's not what I'm doing anymore. So I got distracted by a lot of guys that wanted to look for these fade moves, and I was trying to help them find them. That's not what I'm doing anymore. I don't think there's anybody in there watching the fade moves anymore at all. We trade mid to high cap stocks. We trade small groups of stocks. I try to use these videos to pick up stocks that I can bring in, but I'm looking for I'm not looking for volatility. I'm looking for something that I can predict when I see it. NC today had a big run intraday, and we got a nice trade on this little pullback right here. My charts told me it was going to hold where it held, and I called it long. We got a really nice run all the way right into support. And when it got here, I had the lines on my charts, told the guys in the room, this is probably it. I'm going to try to stay in it. I gave it a little bit of room to pull back, not much, and I got out. But I recommended, if you are satisfied with your gains, which we had well over $1.40 or 50 cents here on this trade, then it gave a great sell-off, bounced one little time, and then sold back into the open price. Thanks for watching our video. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on StockTwits. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. We got some more video. I'm going to put the recap here at the end on the weekly, last 5 days of the weekly, the Bulls and the Bears. Okay, this is just your recap. Remember, the purpose of this is to allow you to see all these symbols. And you can pause the video and go back and look at the stocks that were included. I got all these are in here now. You got one view. You can just pause the video and you'll be able to see every chart that was pulled into the bear zone in the last 5 days and where they stand in reference to where they triggered. Like blue, for instance, this is where it triggered 5 days ago going into the bear zone. Then this big run today at $18 a day, and now it would be, if you were still in it, would be a $26 loser. At this lowest point after the trigger, it was $1.63 winner, so it held at some point down there after it triggered and reversed. And that's what all of these lines represent. This stock, this was the break point 5 days ago. Today, this is $1.49 back above that price, closed at $93.95. At the low, after this break, it had a profit of $7.41. So this is to show you the break and how far down, if you'd have got short here, it did go prior to bouncing. This stock here, still making $1.20, has been making up to $3.05. This stock round has bounced some. It was at $4 profit at the low. And a lot of these has bounced as the market bounced last week. So a lot of them had profits. This stock here never went any lower, so it gave the signal and never dropped. From the time it gave the signal, it didn't really go down any. All the others put some kind of profit. Here's a 5-cent one. Going back here another day, shows still in the bear zone here on this stock. Still got some separation bars on some of these. They may have bounced, like this stock. Here's another one. It's $1.18 above the trigger price for the short, but it made $5.43 at the lows from the trigger price. Going back closer in time now, we got a stock here, ALB, broke down from the trigger price, $12.07 profit so far at the low, $12.54. It had another down day today. So this is what we're showing you, multiple day moves. This stock, third day in. See if I can get you the daily over here. You can see it a little bit on this chart. Now it gapped down, but it continued even on the bounce. It sold off for 2 days. Pretty considerable moves those 2 days after that bounce. So This is not exactly a perfect example because the gap part you didn't get to participate in. FMC 3 days ago, same thing on the gappers. These two stocks here are still well intact. They're in the bull zone. The red lines mean the trend stability line has come into play. This is just kind of hanging out down here at the 200 day. It may end up holding. We talked about this yesterday actually. But those are your bear zones and where they're at. And we're in a bull market, so some of these down selling stocks, how far they go, I don't know. Let's take a look at the bulls. I'm going to let you look at the older ones first and stretch these up here so you can pause the video and get yourself a look. You can see all of these here. This was a really big day 3 days ago on the bull breaks. You can see check marks, which ones are still intact, still trying to go up. Their price profit at the highs still currently. You can see which ones are still green, like ANET here, making $16 from their original break, another $4 today. These have probably having inside bars. They've fallen out of the bull zone. They've lost the little yellow lines, and then you can see the ones that continue to progress and stay above the current bull zone that is calculating as it goes up. So as it recalculates, getting higher and higher as its price moves, these are still maintaining above that bull zone level. So these are really well moving stocks and still well intact as long as we got the green and the yellow lines. And even when you lose the check mark, if you still got these two, you may just be on the inside bar. It's going to re-break in a day or two. Slide this down where you can see the rest of this down below. I want to look at KLAC. I haven't looked at that lately. 2 days of rest here on KLAC, but it's still above the bull zone. And you got a few here at the bottom. If you're pausing your video and making sure you see all the symbols. This was today's breaks over here, so not that important to see them. You've already seen them. And let's get this yesterday's back into view here. Got a lot of stocks on it that had up days today. AGN, monster day today. Now this was a re-break. It's re-broke a bunch of times since the original on AGN. AGN first actually went into the bull zone level at 174. It's up $14. It showed several re-breaks. First time, again, all these little red candles just kept re-breaking and recalculating bulls. But from the original alert here, this is up $14. And these other stocks that still got the check marks and so forth, they're still well intact. $10 day here on BG. Had that monster day on Friday and just followed it right back up today. Now if you were subscribing to our alert service, this triggered and went out on the internet. If it's one of my 475 stocks, it goes out and triggers you at this price down here, and you'd have got in way before all this run. I have these stocks I scanned for you at the end of the day is over 5,000 symbols. Pull this down where you can finish looking at this list. Get in the right place where you can see them all. There, you got them all there. The subscription service, we're running 5,000 symbols for you at the end of the day. I only watch 475 stocks that send out these same alerts live intraday on our website. It's timestamped with the price at the time of the break. The other alert system that we mentioned a few days ago in the video, I believe it performed well today without the repeats. You'll get the little repeats as the stock is trying to break out. You know, it'll be saying green zone alert at say $45, and then it goes back down to $44.80, and it comes back up, and while it's kind of fighting its way through those first maybe 50-60 cents of breaking out, it may repeat the alert a couple of times. But once it gets beyond that first little nudge, 50 or 60 cent into that uptrend, they did not repeat, and I've been having trouble with them repeating. So those look real good. I'm fixing to spend a lot of time reviewing them and double checking. So I hope to have that out, and we're going to be doing some videos on those alerts now that we got them doing correctly and not repeating themselves. We're going to go down and review those alerts that are coming out on those daily alerts on some videos going forward here. I'll probably start in a couple of days. I got to decide how I want to format it. I'm not going to talk about it till 3 days after the alert. I'm going to look at it every day to build my watch list for tomorrow, but we won't be talking about it because I got people pay for subscriptions, and I don't need to be giving you the information at night that they pay for to see during the daytime. This one I am giving you every day, and providing you with some pretty good breakout information here and helping you track it. I'm giving it to you after they got it intraday. These other stocks can be setting up real early, maybe 2 o'clock, setting up for a 3-day move. I'm not going to share that with you at 7 o'clock when I got people paying for it. That's not fair to them. But we'll be sharing those alerts and the progress they make and what they did after the alerts about 3 days in. That way we can get an idea, because that's what we're trying to show, 2 to 3 to 5 day trade setups. And we're going to bring that to you. We're going to call it calls in action. And we'll be showing you time-stamped alerts with the price at the time that they alerted live. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you tomorrow.